Have you ever wondered why you're so distracted? So let me give you the scenario. You start working and then you have a to-do and an agenda and a goal for today. You're like, this is the things I'm going to check off today. And then you go onto your work day and you feel so busy all day long. Every single second of your day is busyness after messages, after emails, after whatever it is. In fact, you don't even eat lunch. Half the time, you don't have time for lunch. You end the working day, you look at your to-do list and realize I've done less than half of it, maybe even not touched it at all. Now you feel stressed out, you feel frustrated, you're not getting the dopamine boost of finishing something, and you know that tomorrow is going to be harder because today didn't get done. Are you feeling that way? Maybe you're going out with friends and you're sitting at dinner and then you realize, like, oh, I haven't paid attention. I feel the need to consistently change topics or consistently look at my social media or consistently do something else, and your friends are kind of wondering, like, do you not care about what I'm saying? Do you feel that way? If you do, stick around because we're going to talk about challenges and how we can hopefully help you stay on task. Hi, my name is Shearly and I am here to help you chase after your dream life. So within 10 minutes of this video, we are going to talk about the things that you need to think about whenever you're going into work. So number one, this is such a crazy statistic, but it's true, right? And the crazy statistic is our notifications. Studies show that people check their phones between 49 and 80 times a day, which can significantly reduce attention spans and increase distractibility. I want to couple that with something else. Multitasking. Because multitasking is a myth, and I'm going to prove it to you. Research from Stanford University found that multitasking can interfere with working memory and cause students to perform worse in school. It can also lead to long-term memory problems. I'm going to give you one more stat before I go into how this all comes together. Information overload. Information overload can lead to stress, confusion, and difficulty in decision making. The rapid pace of information dissemination in the digital age exacerbates this issue. There's a term for it. It's called data smog. It refers to the overwhelming amount of information that can hinder effective decision making and cognitive function. So how does this all come together? It all comes together to talk about a book I really, really love. It's called Deep Work, right? So Deep Work is a book about what happens in today's information era and essentially why we are so distracted and then not actually achieving our true potential. Right? So think about what I just told you, and then I want you to go back to the example about work. You start your day, you have a to-do list. And when you write down your to-do list, you may not realize that you're doing this, but writing down a to-do list and a goal for the day is going to give you a hit of dopamine. Dopamine is your brain happy signal. So every single time you go onto social media networks are engineered to boost your dopamine levels. And guess what? You and I, we're dopamine addicts, right? We want to feel good about what we're doing. So what ends up happening is you start your workday, you get a boost of dopamine by writing down your to-do list, and then your body is consistently seeking that next dopamine boost. So what's easier? Writing a 30-page essay or answering an email and getting a thank you right back? What do you think is going to give you the biggest dopamine boost in the shortest amount of time? It's answering that notification. Your social media, your phone knows when to interrupt you to get you back on the platforms. That is going to boost your dopamine. And so when you're stuck in a difficult situation, what's happening, and you don't even notice it because it's happening in the microcosm of your mind, is that your body is going to naturally start seeking out dopamine. Should I go to the bathroom and check and scroll social media real quick? What can I do to answer an email or answer a Teams notification or answering Slack, right? And that is going to give you and put you in a state of data smog. So your dopamine is depleted because you're looking at a hard task. You know it's going to take you hours to complete. You're not going to get the dopamine boost until you complete it. So throughout the day, you are trying to find ways to boost your dopamine levels by doing these really small tasks that take no time at all, but distract you, right? And you're getting overwhelmed with information. Someone else needs you to do something on their to-do list. Someone else has a question. Someone else needs you to stop what you're doing. In fact, frequent interruptions at work can break concentration and reduce productivity. Research has shown that it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to return back to a task after being interrupted. More so, they're showing that you get interrupted at work every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes. 2 interruptions can kill an hour of time. And again, it's boosting your dopamine, putting you in a state of data smog. And when you're in data smog stage, it's very hard to have willpower then. It is actually almost impossible. So I need you to understand this. You are not getting distracted because you have bad discipline. You're getting distracted all day long and getting yourself in this cycle because it is what the world wants you in. When you have bad decision making, you know what you do? You buy things. It triggers spending. It triggers spending on social media. It triggers spending on Amazon. It triggers spending on TikTok Shop, right? And so in a data smog world where you are chasing the dopamine, can't accomplish your task, are feeling frustrated, don't have third places, have no one to talk about this except for people giving you their problems, you are more profitable in that state for the world. You are not able to accomplish your goals. So, how do you solve for this? That's what we've got to talk about. Number one thing I want you to do is I want you to download an app or a launcher in your phone that makes it less colorful. For me, I use Niagara. I have an Android device, and it takes away a lot of things from my screen and moves it to the side. I also want you to remove your notifications, your Teams, your Slack, your emails, your social media notifications, remove them. Give yourself a specific time of day to check them, because that is going to break a pattern that you have of being distracted and boosting your dopamine by just scrolling through your phone. These two things alone are going to save you dozens of hours a week, I promise you. And it's so easy to do and absolutely free. And not only that, it will help reduce your overall cortisol during the day. The next thing I want you to implement is a focus block. At least 90 minutes of time. And I would like you to do it in a Pomodoro session. Why? Because you're going to be able to train towards your productivity goals. Your mind is a muscle. Productivity is a muscle you've got to train. A lot of you want to complete 3 hours of work and you are not trained to do this. Just like I couldn't go outside and go run a 10K on day one. It's not going to happen. But what I love to do, I have these two guides and they're visual representations of time. So for this one, it's a kitchen timer. It's probably around $5 to $10 on Amazon. And you can just flip it. So if I need 15 minutes, I just flip it and it starts counting down my 15 minutes of time. This one has a whiteboard. So I love to give myself goals. So 1, 2, 3 for the day, for example. Or for the session of Pomodoro, you just move it to the time and it absolutely starts working. So it starts counting down the time to reach 0. It also has a holder in the back, so I love it. Organizes, goes in my desk, and depending on what I'm feeling is the one I'm going to choose. For both of these, they're gonna have a visual representation of time. It's gonna do this, same with this one, when my time is over. What I like about that is I started with 10-minute intervals. Can I keep my phone down and not distracted for 10 minutes of time at a time? Once I did that, I increased it to 15 minutes. Once I did that, I increased it to 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 40 minutes, then 60 minutes. Now I can be concentrated for around an hour and 15 minutes at a time. I'm still not there to get to the 90 minutes, right? But we're working towards it. So once you start doing this and implementing these things, what you're going to be able to see is that you are going to see an increase in your productivity. But not only that, you're actually going to feel better at the end of the day. Because when you get your hard tasks done, you're going to be a more valuable employee. You're going to be a more valuable leader. You're going to be someone that can accomplish hard things. And that's very difficult to do in today's day and age. You're going to start changing your habits. You're going to start changing what gives you a dopamine boost. And you're going to see a significant impact by just doing those 3 things. So again, you're going to change your launcher on your phone. You're going to turn off your notifications completely. You don't need to see them. Okay? And then you're going to get yourself a Pomodoro timer, or just use a timer on your phone or a timer on your computer and start training towards increased productivity. Let me know if that makes sense. And if this was helpful, I hope to see you in the next video. I am looking to post every Thursday night, so would love for you to stick around. comment down below what your thoughts are, or if you have any questions, or if this video was even helpful, because I love to see what my audience is looking at. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.